Oh
Hello,
no.
D&D fans. Welcome to Holy
Yes,
Rollerz
now.
Descent into Avernus.
Now?
Holy Rollerz
Yes,
is
now.
a 9-person stream with 2
Should I
parties.
mute myself?
Yeah, mute these people, will you? Switching off every week, the Chainbreakers and Sword Hunters. Let's introduce our Chainbreakers cast for tonight, starting with Ben.
Hey guys, I'm Ben. I play Morokhan. He's the cleric monk of Hamina, the goddess of the sun, the moon, the stars, and guidance.
And the Groom.
And I'm the groom this episode. So, yeah, this is going to be interesting. I'm so excited, guys.
Okay, well, I'd like to give a toast to the groom. May he forever be reluctant. Hi, everyone. My name's Maple. I play Lavender, who is a goddess of Vahara, of light and logic.
Now she's a goddess?
Whoops.
So
Jeez, you let a girl go to level 8 and it goes straight to her head.
I gave myself a promotion. Please refer to me as Your Majesty from now on. Thank you.
I am Moth. What's up? I'm Moth19 and never learned how to play D&D. That's a joke. I am playing Aelin, who is a level... Sorry, what did we say? 7?
7.
Warlock cleric, because I'm not as cool as everyone else. And I am here to... Well, I wouldn't say bless the happy union, but we'll see. No one told Aelin that there's a wedding happening.
So when she catches up to us, boy, is she going to be surprised. I
should have put my Maleficent cheekbones on today.
That would have been a good move. I'm Sage of Sorcery, also known as Matt. I play Sister Faudever, the paladin nun of Bestera, who is very much going to object to this wedding, but I'm sure she'll be on her best behavior.
Hi, I'm Jeff. I play Gizik, the hag priest of Sigrund, the terrible, wonderful old lady goddess.
Old lady goddess? Is that old?
She is old. Ancient.
Dominion over old ladies?
I feel like you're underselling just how awful she is.
Wait, no, that makes it worse because all Ben wears is old lady brooches, so are you kind of like worshipping him? Or does he worship your god too?
I think he would be underneath me. Somewhere in
the
hierarchy.
We have a special guest from our Sword Hunters stream with us tonight, JT.
Hey everybody, I'm JT. I usually play Anduriel, the cleric of Naylock. You may remember me from such classics as everyone getting killed last time. But tonight, I'm going to be playing Avernus, the Satyr of the Night.
Well, I'll toast to TPKs, so...
He's a wedding guest.
Is that the guy that we're supposed to be murdering?
Wait, are you supposed to be murdering him?
Well,
that
brings us
spoilers.
That brings us to our recap.
Okay,
oh no, did I ruin it? I'm sorry.
Okay, recap, please. This is like Knives Out.
Yeah, last time on our Chainbreaker stream, party traveled through a tree into a barren wilderness, a large structure about 200 feet away. The structure was like 2 upturned horns with a brilliant spear in between them. After dealing or not dealing with the despair of Avernus, the party had to face some kind of elemental whirlwind creature. The battle was interrupted by a Dao, a large earth genie. She agreed to help the group reach Arkan the Cruel, a devotee of Tiamat. The condition was that she needed to end her pact with Zariel. The party never discovered why she made the pact or what its pact entailed, other than that she had to guard and stand watch at the demon Zap, this sphere of radiance that we've come to discover it houses a unicorn, Zap's demon. Gizik prayed about everybody prayed about how to break the Dao's pact, and was answered by a visit from a soul sister who said the Dao needed to consume a massive amount of Fey blood. And I don't recall who had the idea first, but it came up that Morokhan should ask his fiancée, Madrigal, to provide a source of Fey blood. He did so. Madrigal said that she would bring the blood with her in the form of someone she wanted to off to the wedding, as long as the wedding happened forthwith. And only a brief time later, a portal opened, and the procession of Fae began coming into Avernus. Sister Faudever and Lavender had enough time that they started looking for a good way to just set the scene, so to speak, figure out a way to make it look a little more like a wedding. Didn't have much success, but that's where we are. So, so Madrigal, who is first through the portal, is wearing a blue dress, very high collar, and a long train that seems to be made of actual water. You can't see her tail, but it's as if the dress just sort of disappears into water as she just sort of glides her way through the portal. Following her through the portal is her sister, the Kelpie, a Grundy, who's wearing what looks like seaweed, and not pretty or anything that would accentuate anything. It's just seaweed with some broken starfish and barnacles stuck to it. Her third sister, the mermaid, is strangely not present, but there are some blue-skinned she attendants that enter behind the two sisters carrying preset tables laid out with all kinds of rich exotic foods. Tables, chairs, these she just coming and coming and coming. There are also a variety of Fey noble guests, all adorned with a variety of clothing. 3 in particular stand out. One is a shirtless satyr wearing a laurel circlet, attended by a pair of displacer beasts. The displacer beasts, though, are walking like when a dog walks on its back legs. That's how they're walking. So these displacer beasts are walking upright behind him. He looks very interested in getting everybody's attention as he comes through. The second one that you notice of these nobles, or seemingly nobles, is a blonde-haired nymph, and she is accompanied by some funny-looking red-haired gnome-like creatures, and she seems to be watching that satyr and flaunting herself to get his attention, but without any success. And the third is some kind of tall, lanky plant man dressed in a long tuxedo made of leaves with tails. And he's attended by other shorter creatures that appear to be just made of some sort of brambles, twigs, branches. And so this just procession comes through, and so
Right,
Moroccan,
you move your mic closer to your mouth. You're a little bit patchy, and yeah, and
is that better?
Hear
me now?
Yeah, maybe if you chew on it a little bit too, that would.
Yeah, so
maybe not. That's
Moroccan, Moroccan, you are overwhelmed with the guest list here because it seems like your side is not going to have quite the turnout. There is not a single dragon.
Sorry, Mom.
Yeah, coming to your wedding.
But,
oh
man.
This is...
My mom is going to be so upset with me.
Did we forget to send out invitations?
Well, she managed to pull through all these guests and everything in what has felt like you in Avernus just a couple of hours. After the last of these she come through, the portal closes, although there's this sort of residual circle where it will have to be reopened to send people home. And so Madrigal actually goes to Ralzala, who's the Dao, first before going to see her groom. She kind of motions up to her to step down because the Dao is a big old tall woman, and they start this sort of whisper conversation there, and Ralzala nods several times, and then turns and steps away. Madrigal goes over, and there's a head table set up, and she is seated next to with you and her in the middle, and then on the other side of you, Morocon is Gizik. Gizik is the best man by default, and because there's nobody else to be your best man, so you get the best hag.
It's just
hag spawn.
It's just an accurate description.
Yeah.
Anduriel and Thora will be furious when they find out, I'm sure.
Well, Lachlan, he's missing a wedding for crying out loud.
yeah, that's a good point. Okay, Madrigal's train is made of water.
It's made of water. Yeah.
Okay, so Sister Faudever turns over to Lulu as she comes down, or excuse me, to Lavender as she.
I come in through the game. Hello, yes, what's wrong?
And she turns over to her and she says, "Oh, that train is so ostentatious, and it's wet. She's gonna wet all she's gonna ruin the." And then she looks around the Avernus. Never mind.
Sister, has anyone ever lied to you?
Of course. People sin all the time.
Forgive me. You can scry minds, can't you?
Oh, scry minds? Whatever would give you the idea, the fact that I could scry into minds?
I just mean, when I learned secrets from all of you, could you lie to me then?
I would never lie to you.
But
I would never lie to anybody. Could I lie? I can't tell a lie. That's a sin.
Sister, if you were someone else, could you lie?
If I was someone else, I sure, thankfully, I'm blessed by the light and grace of Bestera, so that's not a problem. Why?
Oh,
Are you thinking about telling a lie? Oh, don't do it, dear. Lies always come back to haunt you. You never can remember everything you've lied about.
This is a fake wedding, right? This is just a business game joke.
Can Morocon hear this conversation, or are they far enough away? Are you guys trying to
You probably
keep it to yourselves, or?
Well, she's bad mouthing the bride and gossiping, although she doesn't know she's gossiping. Hasn't hit her that she's gossiping, so she's trying to be quiet about it. So I doubt, but you're welcome to make a perception check, and I'll make a stealth check. My stealth is...
They're probably not being secret that they're talking quietly to each other. Like,
my stealth is not great.
Do you want me to make a stealth check as well?
Nope, I'm not paying attention. This whole shenanigans. I rolled a 1. So
You are obsessed with everything that's going on.
Your attention is elsewhere, bro.
I'm a little distracted right now.
Well, I hope Aelin arrives here soon, because somebody's going to have to give him the birds and the bees talk, and it's not going to be Sister Faudever. So,
Sister, this is reversible, right?
The wedding?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
they can be undone if, something should have been said. I mean, not that anything should have been. There's nothing to say. I mean, obviously, it could possibly be true.
Well, but shouldn't we be encouraging Morocon to keep to the vows that he makes? Are they not every bit as sacred as his vows to Hemina? I mean, shouldn't he try to be a good husband?
I think you're the wrong person to talk to about this. There's really no one good here to talk to about this. Because all you're going to do is tell him, and you can't possibly tell anyone, because then everything will be ruined. We could potentially die if this ever came out.
It ruined his wedding, dear. It's his wedding day. He needs to have some happy memories.
What if he doesn't want this wedding and I kind of forced him into it because I thought it was funny, and now I'm kind of realizing that maybe I'm just a little bit delusional because we're in the middle of hell?
Well, I don't think you could force Morocon into doing something that he doesn't want to do. Has he? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh dear. She's like, what? Maybe you should go talk to him. He looks a little green.
I feel a little green.
Okay. The bride really looks green.
She looks blue.
And green.
All the colors of the rainbow. Hooray!
Everyone here is wet.
Oh, let's not use that word at a wedding.
Moist?
Ooh.
Moist.
You're talking about the cake, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
The cake looks real moist.
Actually, there is no cake.
Challenged?
It's little croquettes all in a nice little seashell looking configuration there. So
My gosh,
And
are we
they're-
eating?
And they're soggy.
there's no. So you so Madrigal
Sea
takes you
salt
over there.
flavor.
On the other side of Madrigal is that tall, lanky tree man. Okay, and then everybody else is seated at tables that are sort of oval shaped, and these the she are there. These blue skinned she are attending to everybody, and they are just piling food on plates, like eat. The this goes on for the eating goes on for quite a while. Lots of small talk. While all this is going on, you notice a couple of things. The satyr is he's over at a table with mostly just other she creatures, but he seems to be just very flamboyant in his appearance, tossing his hair left and right. The as for the nymph, seems to be she tried, you've noticed her try to sit at the satyr's table, but she was moved to another table instead, and is like sort of grumpy about that, and just keeps trying to get his attention. Lots of little chatter. As for Sister Faudever and Lavender, you are at a table probably 20 feet or so from the head table, and
That's
with you, sitting with you are just a couple of those little gnomish looking things, and they seem completely oblivious to your conversation and are so interested in the food, and they're kind of as they pile stuff in there.
They're gnomish looking things. Are you telling us that we can't identify what they are?
You could, yeah. If you've got I guess it would be Arcana. They're fake.
Yeah. I'll have
I'm
a
not-
look. See.
I'm not trained.
Out of curiosity, does this count as a long rest?
A long rest.
I hope you got some rest. Hope you're well rested.
I don't think so. You've only had a couple of hours, so
I rolled a natural 1.
a natural
rolled
one.
a 6. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I don't know what they
So-
are.
Oh, this night is off to a great start with rolling.
Yeah,
isn't
even
it?
Yeah.
with a now,
Jeez.
so 16 total, but like
They are ugly gnomes. That's about all you can get with your crappy rolls.
They're ugly gnomes. Okay.
Ugly gnomes.
Are they
with-
ugly
with,
gnomes, or are they just
flaming red hair?
Are they
Just-
beauty
it's, like,
divergent?
all over the place?
they're just ringer. They're matte gnomes.
No,
Yeah.
they're-
It looked like someone took a cute gnome and kind of smashed its face and made its hair stand on it. So that's
So they're goblins.
It's a troll doll.
the troll.
It's a
doll. Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
You know what, sister? I don't think on this too much. This was I
You
ate
won't.
something else. That's
So
good.
the-
I'm
you-
gonna get up.
you
and
also
look
noticed-
around.
You also notice that the Dow is nowhere in sight.
Oh,
She seems to have disappeared after her brief conversation with Madrigal. So
Bridezilla problems. I get it.
yeah, the lanky tree man, he stands up and he says, "It is my honor to give away the bride, seeing as how the piper would not is unable to attend."
Oh
God.
man.
Somebody doesn't approve of the groom.
Wait, are we starting?
Well, he's starting to talk. I mean, it doesn't look like there's a ceremony yet, but you're sitting there eating, and he stands up. I know in other cultures it's common to do this reception and toast and all that after the vows have been taken, but we do things a little differently among the Fae. We would like to have all of the well-wishing happen before all of the vows happen, as a way to wish them well and have all of that well-wishing play into their wedding. And we would like to start with the best man, or best whatever that is, best ogre man. Would you offer the first toast, son? And then he sits back down.
Hey, you
Now,
do it.
you also do notice that at the longer the time passes, and it's happening pretty quickly, all of this beautiful yummy food starts to go gray, and the first couple of bites tasted okay, but at this point hell is doing a number on the food, and it's just starting to look kind of ashen, and as you're eating, it's like, that was pretty good, and then the next one you're like, you're spitting it in a napkin. It's not it tastes kind of like the air in hell tastes.
So the coffee's cold. They've thought of everything. It's awful.
You would expect it to stay hot, but get more and more bitter. Possibly, I don't know. So are you trying to tell us that we are done eating now?
He says, you can continue your eating after you wish them well.
No, I was asking you as the DM because you're talking about how nasty the food is now. So I'm saying you're telling us that we're done eating.
You can keep eating it. It will fill your belly.
All right, I'm gonna quickly shovel in like 5 or 6 more huge bites while it still tastes tolerable.
Oh, there's a taste.
And I'm gathering from context that a toast is one of those things that people do. I don't know. I guess I'm supposed to talk about stuff. Marukan, you've been great, and I hope this is everything you deserve. And I'll sit back down.
Okay. And everybody looks disappointed at the brevity, and they're like...
But what do they really expect from Gizik?
Well...
Or Moroccan just laughs.
Okay. The next to give the toast, and now the sister of the bride. And so a Grundy stands up like this. She's like, looks right at Moroccan. She says, "If you do wrong by my sister, I'll tear your throat out." And then she sits back down and just kind of, and that's it.
Maybe there should be a second wedding between her and Gizik.
Grundy,
okay.
always the
They're the better
bridesmaid.
pair.
I would say it's a match made in heaven, but more like a match made in hell.
Your sister-in-law's a beyond.
So the she around the room are just like, oh, she did not. But those ugly gnomes at your table, they're like, oh yeah. They're not like, they're really happy with her pounding on the table. That was great. And then the tree man stands up. I believe we have a number of special guests that need to say a few words as well. I understand that the groom has a pair of comrades. Those females there at that table. You, the one who should be is very much overdressed. Would you like to speak?
The one who's overdressed?
Did you just call us females?
She looks and she's like, did he just call you overdressed?
I think he just called me overdressed. Am I
you.
overdressed or are you overdressed?
The one who's wearing so much clothing I can hardly tell if it's female. That's
okay.
Do you mean armor or material? Because in terms of armor, I'm kind of there. In terms of material, she's kind of there. It's sort of a...
I nudged Moroccan. I said, I think he's talking about you.
Moroccan just does the...
Okay, Sister Faudever stands up because even she, at this point, is aware of how awkward this event has become. And she goes to put a hand. Is Moralcon's way the heck away from us, right?
Yeah.
She goes to put a hand and like air pat Moralcon because she's actually feeling sorry for him and thinking that maybe this wasn't the best idea. And then she pulls out the Besteran holy text from her pack, the Book of Virtues.
Oh gosh.
And she says, in the 47th chapter of the Book of Virtues, Saint Deirdre discusses the virtue of purity at great length. And I quote, "More holy are they who resist the call of the flesh, be it food or gold or carnal passions, than all those who give in to the whims of the moment. Each temptation passes in its season, and those who deny themselves all wickedness are the stronger for it." Slam. And then she shuts the tome, and she says, "However, Moralcon and Madrigal have chosen the way of the flesh to pursue their carnal passions like two rabbits in heat."
Woohoo! There, you
Or-
hear some fake does a cat call in the back.
Okay, she's horrified that they loved that part. She says, "For those who follow such a path, their unions are blessed by the gods when they teach their children to kneel before them and to make of themselves worshippers. So in conclusion, I would just like to say that Moralcon is part of the Hallowed Council, and we have become like family. And everyone knows that when you marry someone, you marry their family. Which means that you might say that Madrigal is marrying the entire Hallowed Council. And I hope she knows that we'll just be there with Moralcon every step of the way. Everywhere they go, we go with them. Now you think about that, all of you. Amen.
Madrigal is sitting right next to me, right?
He ends with amen or
Yes.
toast. Okay.
And then she
There's
sits down.
Oh. People are just there's no clapping. There's just like drinking.
So Madrigal is sitting right next to me, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Like
I'll lean
leaning
over
into
and
you.
let's say I'll lean over and whisper, "You're not really a follower of Bestera at all, are you?"
I don't know what that
Perfect. Okay.
and then the tree man. And you, dear elf woman,
Woman does fine. I think I preferred female. Oh God.
well, he is a tree after all. I mean,
Yeah, Lavender stands up and she looks like she does not want to be there the entire time. And she like pretty much stares down Moroccan.
Oh, so like the rest of the party.
Yeah, pretty much. This is just building onto the awkwardness. Well, Bahara doesn't approve of weddings. She teaches that love doesn't require such proclamation, but in this case, it does. So, congratulations. And then she sits down.
lots of clapping there, short and sweet. They didn't have to listen to scripture.
There's no mazel tov.
No, and then he says, "Very well. Is that it from the groom's side? I think it is."
No, I mean, yes, but we have a friend missing. Shouldn't we wait and find her before things move forward, or it won't be properly done? We need to have a search party, don't we,
Is your-
everyone?
Your
Sister?
friend is on the way.
Oh, she's missing. She's horribly, horribly missing.
Lavender,
We just
don't have
realized.
time to hunt
Oh,
down
yes, we do.
Lin-
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Sister, yes, we do.
Madrigal says it's.
We can't hear you, dude. Your mic just cut out.
Madrigal looks at you and she says it's taken care of, and then
Oh,
goes like
Is
that,
she
telling you to
coming-
sit down.
She coming out of the cake or something?
Oh! in a new outfit from her father Malcan. No.
Okay, wow.
Happy birthday, Mr. Morrow.
Oh my god.
So the So
That's my headcanon.
He looks over and says, first we have the noble Lord Avernus, a guest of the bride, and please, sir.
Adronis is going to stand up and kind of flourish a bow because he wants people to start clapping, which they probably do because he's so awesome. Thank you so much for the invitation to this wedding. What could be better than a wedding? There's drinking, there's dancing, there's a fool about to marry Madrigal. I don't know what to say about this golden lizard, but I can say this. He must be some sort of sorcerer or spell weaver or something to curse Madrigal so that she would ignore me and seek his hand is outrageous. But be that as it may, I am happy to be here, and my wedding gift to you, dear Madrigal, is that I will still be here after your lizard has shed his skin and gone off to wherever he decides to go. I will still be here for you. Thank you.
And Madrigal, she turns to you, Morocon, and she says, "That's the one you get to kill."
Ah. Well, he calls me lizard, so it shouldn't. I won't have any qualms about that.
He's he's so full of himself. You can just tell that. And the tree man stands up and says, and now, as he is interrupted by a huge gout of brimstone that opens at the far end, and standing in a circle of brimstone are three figures. One you recognize immediately as the prodigal daughter Aelin, return to the group. The other is a very tall woman with a big, tall, black beehive hairdo with ringlets coming down and a black imp on her shoulder. She's wearing what looks like an evening gown that is slit all the way up, and then the tallest high heels you've ever seen. And she is she's just kind of posing like this, and she says, and then behind her you see Ralzala the Dow, and the creature that is there is not Malcanthet. She, like I said, she looks like she's human, but that she is dressed to the nines and very tall. And she says, "There's one more for the groom's side." And then she says, "Go ahead, Aelin, dear." Okay, now we have to take a brief moment to do like a little flashback to what happened with Aelin, because she went scouting, and while she was scouting, she managed to come upon a conversation between Malcanthet and this human woman, and they were just talking like old friends, and just this back and forth, and and you couldn't. I mean, you are drawn to Malcanthet. It's overwhelming. Her power is just when she's around, you're giddy and excited, and so you're also a little bit horrified, but you are drawn to her, and so you get close, trying to just get another peek and get closer, and Malcanthet calls you over and says, "Come here, child. I want to introduce you to an old friend." And she kind of twists her hand, and another chair forms. Do you approach your father, mother?
Being called out as I am, then yes. Would you prefer I call you mother or father or parental figure, or I'm not sure how to address you.
You can just call me as Your Majesty, or by my name, Malcanthet.
As you wish, Malcanthet.
Such a formal father.
Mother, father.
And she'll almost
Go ahead.
tail between her legs, scurry over and sit on the chair.
Okay, and yeah, and it's very similar to last time. Only background kind of fades out behind you, so you're totally fixed on this encounter with them. It looks like you've just interrupted a bridge game or some sort of card game between Malcanthit and this woman, and the woman says, "This is your daughter? Oh, she's lovely." Oh, and from my home plane at that, you're from Eonia. Delightful, I see. Well, what are you doing in hell?
It's a pleasure to meet and make your acquaintance.
Oh, so sorry. I'm LaRue, Madame LaRue Dalovich. You may have heard of me. I'm from Talisboon. I am Talisboon, dear. Talisboon's a city in the South Eonia, but yes, and have you ever visited LaRue's in Talisboon?
I have not had the pleasure yet.
Oh, it is a pleasure. Well, come anytime, dear. In any case, so you're here. Well, actually, I don't really care why I'm here. Let me look you over. You just kind of looked up and down. So this you have this strange conversation. She says, "Would you like to play bridge?"
I am not so well versed in the game, but I will learn.
All right, you just watch, and so you watch this game. Although you're completely distracted by the fact that these two talk back and forth, sometimes in abyssal, sometimes in infernal. They're throwing references to things. You're just like, oh my goodness, this is so bizarre. My demon lord parent has a pal, and they're just playing bridge in hell. You're just not quite sure what to make of it. You're not even sure you're still awake. You're thinking maybe this is all some sort of figment of my imagination. But as this goes on for a while, and not too long, an hour or so, there's an interruption, and you hear a deep voice say something. It's muffled to you, but you can tell that both Malcanthit and LaRue understand it. And she says, and then LaRue turns and says, "Oh, I've just received a sending. There's to be a wedding, and Aelin, you have to give a toast. It's your friend, some ally of yours, some sort of draconic being is marrying a fae."
I'm not sure what possessed him to go and do that, but I understand they would want me in attendance for some reason.
Well, you can't go like that. You look so rugged and ready for I don't know, hard labor. Yes. She says, "I've surely got something in here," and she starts rummaging through a satchel and pulls out like a slinky red sequined
So not
dress.
only is it a friend, she's got like an overnight bag to stay with your dad. Oh my god, Aelin.
And she's dressing you up like a lounge singer.
So she says, she holds it up, and then she's kind of holding it to make sure it measures, and then she turns and says, "Malcanthit, dear, would you mind, please?" And Malcanthit just winks, and suddenly you find yourself wearing the dress. Like just one moment, it's just, and you're poof wearing the dress.
Did you perhaps have it's gorgeous, and it rather does suit my figure, but also did you have anything a bit more black?
Oh no, we're in hell, dear. You have to stand out. You know those fae, those fickle little fae, they're going to try and show you up. But you have to show them that we of the, well, you're abyssal bloodline, but we of our various bloodlines are so far superior to those fickle fae. And she says, "I tell you what, we'll do some black stockings, or some nice hose that will just bring that right out, and maybe some lacy gloves. She just starts like whipping stuff out. So she dresses you. Well, Malcantha dressed you. You're like just being. These things are just appearing on you. So long gloves that go up to here, made of this lacy black material, along with some some nice tights that are all black and lacy, and then that slinky sequined red dress.
I'm guessing.
And then
almost a slit up the side sort of thing.
oh yes, like
It's
show as much skin as it can and still only be rated R. And then she does your hair up, not quite in the high beehive that hers is in, but just a nice up thing to kind of draw attention to your horns. And she says, "Okay, we've got to hurry. It's like your Cinderella, dear."
I'm assuming this thing is quite backless, and that I don't have my cloak on.
The cloak, everything seems to be like at your feet, except for what she's dressed. So yeah, your wings are like woohoo. No cloak.
Oh shit. Malcanth, it's I can't perhaps don my cloak for any reason. Traveling, it surely no, it doesn't get cold in this layer, does it?
LaRue's like, "What's the problem? Why would you put on a cloak and cover up all of that? Just put it in your bag."
Body image issues. You know how it is for a young growing.
Is it a problem with the rest, dear? Because we can take care of that lickety split as well.
No, it's fine.
It's just us girls. Spit it out.
Just my companions don't know about my wings yet.
Oh, what better way to introduce them to those beautiful wings? I must say, Malcanth, that I'm a little jealous. I don't have. Sometimes the broom gives me the worst. It's so hard to ride a broom. What I like to wear.
Perhaps you could always ask nicely.
Oh no! I know better than to go asking favors of the Demon Lord.
Not even one in your position?
No, I'm a princess of hell, dear. I'm not associated with the Abyss. And don't get me wrong, I love the Abyss. It's a wonderful place to visit, but my ties are here in more in the infernal realm. Although Avernus is quite bleak, my tastes. But I knew that there were some Aenians here, and I thought, well, let's go see what's going on.
Which layer would you say you prefer?
Oh, I'm a fan of Phlegethos, dear. You know the flames of Phlegethos? They're delightful. In any case, we've really got to go. You're going to miss you've already almost missed the toasts. Let's go. You can put on the cloak later, but let's make an entrance. And so she
can I at least gather all my stuff in a pack?
yeah, you're like as she rests her hand on you, and then you are sucked into it just like that spiral of fire. And then we find ourselves back in the party with having just appeared, and all eyes are on you, waiting for your toast.
I noticed the wings, and I immediately like cover the sister's eyes.
So
you're muted, Matt.
It's not with us.
If Aelin shows up that dramatically in that slinky red number, Sister Fodiver's jaw is gonna go like.
It's okay, so does Morokon's.
Like a freeze frame with all this being like, oh no.
Adronis actually takes notice too. Like,
Like, you know what? Forget this wedding. I'm good.
You can have
Everyone's just like, hi.
I want the one with the wings.
I want the one with the...
Gosh, is stepmommy gonna find you a partner?
I do suppose that I should make a toast, given it is my companion's big day. I do hope that you didn't forget to invite me or anything such as that, or skip over my toast in favor of your bride's
entourage.
Oh, no, we were all waiting for you. Glad you could make it. Nice to show up.
She'll step forward now and she will unfurl the wings, because there's no point in being coy about it anymore.
Oh God.
Well,
Oh, Vahara, I mean,
blessings upon the happy couple, I suppose. Hell is not a place I would necessarily want to make for my honeymoon destination, but I offer fortune upon you. I won't say whether that's good fortune or bad fortune, but too many happy returns, as they say in Iania. And I offer you a toast, I suppose.
There's clapping, and then there's sort of like looking back and forth, like what's going on?
Sister Faudever turns to Lavender and says, "Well, she looks like she's offering a whole lot more in that dress." And she doesn't even say it quietly. Well, look at what she's wearing, and she's got...
say that loudly.
Well,
yeah.
Or not quite,
Sister Faudever doesn't know discretion.
I'll make a stealth check. I rolled a 5.
Think she's doing it quietly. Lavender's like, what the frick? This whole thing is awkward, and you don't need to point out a dress. Wait.
The tree blushes.
This wasn't my idea, but I suppose one has to be dressed appropriately for a wedding of such
I shift
caliber,
over
especially.
so that Aileen can come prop next to us.
Do I get a look from the dear lady?
From Madrigal? Or from LaRue?
From LaRue.
LaRue says, yeah, take your seat. Don't mind me. I'm just the officiator. I'll have plenty to say in a moment when we go through and do the whole rigmarole of the getting hitched. And then she just kind of steps aside.
She's the officiator? I thought the Dow was going to marry
I thought
them.
the Dow was.
Yeah.
Wait, do Faye get hitched like publicly? Like, should we send sister away?
Like, oh. Like, do you mean, is this like olden times when the wedding night was like on a tent in the boat with everybody around? Like,
no. So
her sword will come out.
The tree man stands up again. He says, very well. On to the any other guests, Madrigal, that we make a toast. And no, is that? And Madrigal's kind of shaking her head, and then the nymph stands up, that blonde-haired nymph, and she says, "Excuse me, I am Madrigal's best friend." And Madrigal, you can see, is like rolling her eyes, like, "Are you kidding?" And she actually leans over to Moroccan and says, "Frankly, you can kill her too." And she, like, I can't stand that thing. And so she says, "Oh, and her name is Prissa, or Rissa, Prissa. What kind of name is that?" But the nymph is like, "I just want to say that I thought Avernus toast was the best, and I think that girl's dress is really inappropriate.
Can I
And
gaze at her?
what?
I'd like to turn my eye upon her and look her in the eye.
Yeah,
And,
she won't make eye contact.
Okay.
She went like this. That girl's dress. And she's not wearing much more, by the way. I mean, she's a nymph, for crying out loud. She says, and Madrigal, I hope that you are so happy and that you go to Iania and you never come back to the Feywild, because we all know you're not doing this because you really like this person. I mean, he doesn't even have horn. And in any case, but I'm sure you'll be happy. And if you're not, I'm sure a Grundy will like your sloppy sex. So do the bride and groom. And then she sits down, like, just very pleased with herself. And a Grundy looks like is salivating to
I mean, in
tear into her.
comparison, I think
Like
we
her-
did a pretty good job, sister. So
Yeah.
I really feel like, yeah, I feel like we put on a much better. I
You did.
mean,
yeah,
I feel like
go us, go team.
we did him proud. Is it time to kill someone yet?
Where is Avernus sitting compared to everyone?
So Avernus, if you've got the head table right here, Avernus is over here, and your party is over here. So the girls, Lavender, Sister Potterbear, the Hello Council girls are on one side. So you're kind of opposite each other. The nymph is down here, so that she can like look across and see Adonis. Not Adonis. Adronis.
Adonis.
Is Adonis.
Oh my.
I mean,
Well,
they're
as-
pretty
So,
similar.
I mean, does
As-
he think of himself as Adonis? Like,
Aelin is taking her seat next. Well, between Lavender and Sister
probably.
Father
Yeah.
Bear?
Actually, I would probably sit in the middle because I know that you two.
Good plan.
Yeah,
Sister
edge.
Potterbear is pulling extra stuff out of her pack and just trying to not even casually cover Aelin up.
If there's anything that matches, then
I mean,
Aelin will
Lavender
A
was
big
going to,
white robe.
Lavender was going to take off her own coat and sort of hold it across to
She sits
Aelin.
down and we just start covering her up.
Got it. That boob job. Where did you get it? No.
Yeah.
Do
Wow.
you? I mean, I don't. Your wings look great, but I don't know if you want to tuck them away again, or I've got a coat. If you
didn't have much choice in the matter. Had a
did, you? How
accidental
badly did your
run-in.
scouting go that you didn't have choice?
I
Did you
had an accidental
run into a
run.
hell dress shop?
Have you
I had
always
accident-
had those wings? How come we've never seen your wings before?
What? No, that's normal, sister. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's called second puberty. It's I'm
So
sure
normal.
that a woman of your purity would not quite understand. It's
Yep.
not something talked about in polite company.
Oh, she looks mortified, like she's just broken some kind of social, like she's broken some kind of tiefling puberty thing, and she blushes and just turns back to the nasty food and tries to take a bite and forgets that it's vile and goes, eh.
Well, Lavender, I did have an accidental run-in with Daddy Dearest.
Oh, well, good job.
Ugh.
I mean, did he dress you? Was that normal?
Him and his companion over there, the officiant.
Oh,
is
Is that your mom?
no. My mother
No?
was just a regular human. I believe this might be my stepmom. I'm not sure. I'm very confused.
Well, I'm sorry.
And also,
Yeah, this situation is weird.
she's from Iania,
Oh, but she's
and
not human?
and she's human, but she did mention something about being a princess of hell.
Oh, shit. I mean, no, I don't swear. Oh, sugar.
Sugar.
You swear now. I'm sorry, it's my influence is coming off on you. But I Vorna, we need to do something.
I can't speak to Vana right now. I can't speak to Vana or Vahara right now.
She pokes Lavender and says, "Aren't we meant to be killing someone?"
What? I kind of have other problems right now.
Well, if we don't kill someone, we don't get the Fey blood, and then we don't
could be
find.
a-
So Madrigal
At
says,
least wait for them
let's
to
move
get married
on.
first.
I did not realize that Hell. Actually, I should have realized. I just didn't think Hell was going to do such a number on these, on the food and the floral arrangements. Let's get to the business, shall we? And then she like puts her arm around you, Moroccan, and you are. I mean, you're a strong boy, but you're amazed that this siren. She's got you in a grip. It's like pulling you on. And the Tao from the back says, the altar is just this way. We can proceed with the ceremony. And the LaRue says, yes, please follow me. And she takes you to this little area right here. Okay. And so it's a little bit of a hike to climb up here, but right up here at the top is I know the picture shows it perfectly round, but it is a stone altar, kind of like the one that they kill Aslan on in Chronicles of Narnia.
Yes.
This
Oh
stone
my
table.
god, are we
it's
gonna
this big
sacrifice
old,
a member of the bridal party? Like, is that
Lavender
Lavender
no.
says, like, she's like, Aelin, do we sacrifice someone in this kind of wedding? Do you know what they do? I've never really been to a wedding. Do they usually sacrifice people?
I haven't been to a wedding.
You should have
Yes,
asked more
dear.
questions before.
Yeah.
You said,
I-
get them married.
You
So-
think I know about weddings? I was never
Do you
invited
think I
to
know
them.
about weddings?
I-
I was like, don't have a wedding. That's dumb. It's expensive. Buy a house
Nobody
instead.
invited me because one, tiefling, two, bad luck.
We didn't invite you because we were going to have a wedding. We just kind of thought it was funny to have a wedding, and now we're actually having a wedding. It's like kind of a series
when
of
I
bad
first heard-
mistakes.
When I first heard it was a wedding, I thought, oh no, they're marrying Sister Father or Lavender off to someone.
I
You
would
want me to get
never.
married off to someone? I mean, that is kind of, well, no, he was lying. He was lying. You lied to me, right? You lied to me
Why did I lie? How did I lie to you?
when I searched your mind. That was a lie, right? Like everything. You could lie to me if you wanted to, couldn't you?
I didn't.
But could you?
What is your obsession with telling lies?
Moroccan told me he loves me.
Uh,
Well, like he has feelings. I mean, no.
Would you like me to kill him?
Moroccan?
Aelin.
I'll
I
do
don't know if that would serve anything. I mean, I don't think he has Fablet.
I could.
No, it's not that I mean,
could-
obviously he was lying. Cause
I could ask Papa to
no.
torment his soul in hell. Okay, fine. I could curse him to trip on his way up to the altar.
I don't think that's gonna help. I don't have feelings. I don't think I have feelings for him. I don't really know what those feelings feel like. And now is definitely not the time to be working that out.
It's a bit late for that priority, isn't it?
Yeah.
You guys are like having this little powwow as we're being led up to this little raised area. So the Tao sort of places everybody where you're supposed to stand. So you know that we've got our thing numbered here. If you look at L4, like directly in front of that big circular thing, we have Moroccan. To his right, in M4, we have Madrigal. Then just behind and to the left of Moroccan, we have Gizik in K5. And Agrundi is in N5. Sister Fadaver is in G6 over on the groom side. Lavender is in G7 and Aelin is in H7. And there are some she kind of up against that wall behind, just lining each side of this cut area, okay? Lining each side. On the bride's side, we have Avernus, who is in square Q6. And placing herself inappropriately close to Avernus is Prissa in Q7. And their various attendants, the displacer, the upright displacer beasts, and those ugly little gnome things line that side. To either side of that big altar, you have Ralzala, who is the Dao, and she's a large creature. She's just kind of at the back there. And then you have LaRue, who's standing on the left side. And she's just sort of walking back and forth. And that imp is staying up on her shoulder, just kind of watching what's going on. And so LaRue said, once everybody's there, other guests are down below to see this. That's one square down from that top to the next. And so LaRue says, oh, very well, very well. I know that Ralzala wanted to officiate in this, and under normal circumstances that would be possible. But what we have here is a little tricky situation. We have the groom, who is from Aeonia. We have the bride, who is from the Feywild. You all are in hell. And Ralzala is from the elemental chaos. And so for her to officiate, she would need to share the same origin as one of the two of you. And otherwise, the way that interplanar law works, it might not be quite as binding. And so she has asked that I, because I am native Aeonia, perform the ceremony, and then it will all be placed. And by the way, I am LaRue Dalovich. If you ever go to Talispoon in Aeonia, come see me at LaRue's. And we'll take care of all your pleasure needs all the time.
We most certainly will not.
Yeah. And so that's, and my role in this, the reason why I'm allowed to officiate is because I myself am a princess of hell. What that means is unimportant, but that's my title. You can just call me LaRue, though. I don't stand on titles, unless you want to call me princess. But that, neither here nor there. Now, I have the bride and groom. You will each declare your vows to one another, and then we will finalize this in the most binding way possible, which is through blood. But before you go thinking that there's going to be this massive slaying on this lovely altar here, no, it won't be that much blood. So we'll just deal with this. And Madrigal leans over to Moroccan and she says, yes, it will. But so the bride, as always, ladies first, please declare your vows to this handsome specimen here. And so Madrigal looks over and she takes you by the hands and she looks at you and she says, I know we haven't known each other very long, and we haven't even gotten to know each other very well, but we will have ages beyond today to rectify that situation. I have a special place picked out for when you're done with your business here of where we spend our honeymoon, and it will be in the most lovely place in the Feywild. We won't have to leave the bed for at least a month. And I know that you can hardly... Okay, as she's saying that, and she's saying it without any shame at all, but...
Sister Faudever faints.
I think Lavin just looks at her and then shrugs, like, oh, it's fine.
So Prissa turns to Avernus and she's like, see, she's done you wrong. What? You know, couldn't you and I, this could be us. Don't you think couldn't this be us? He just shakes his head.
I'm sorry, were you speaking?
Oh,
Double wedding.
I know the place she's talking about, and I know a place that's way better. I could take you there. We wouldn't even have to get married first. I know. Well, as soon as we get back to this wretched place, let's go.
Oh,
Let's go.
The only way it could
be
possibly be better
silent.
if you weren't there. Please. I'm
she
trying to
is-
watch this train wreck.
Nymph,
She is
darling,
so-
we're trying to listen to the vows, and you're being rather loud. I can hear you all the way from over here.
The one with
Madrigal says,
wings
Voice isn't
is
Yes.
right.
Yes, Prissa, shut up. Anyway, Moroccan, I know that this was not a traditional courtship by your standards or by mine, but I'm glad we're finally doing this. And so I commit myself to you by blood, and just know that our aforementioned arrangement of monogamy is still part of this whole arrangement. And then she whispers, meaning we're not going to be monogamous. And then she winks at you. But she says that only enough for about you and maybe Gizik to hear. And a Grundy is just standing there like she's probably drawing blood in her own arms, squeezing so hard she's just ready to pop. LaRue says, that was lovely, I suppose. All right, handsome Dragonborn, what do you have to say to your bride-to-be?
Well, Madrigal,
Boring.
he grits his teeth at that. I think the blood pact made, or the blood to be shed in this is going to be a little easy to come by. So I agree that our meeting and our union, our courtship may not be under the most ideal of circumstances, but I do hope that this arrangement serves us both in mutually beneficial ways.
Okay,
And
LaRue is looking at you like, mutually it's not a business contract, dear. Express your love, or at least your lust.
I look forward to getting out of hell.
It'll have to do. All right, enough of this. And then she looks at the imp and points to the imp, and she says, stick out your hands like this. Madrigal sticks out her hand like this. Madrigal, place your hand on top of Morocon's. Does that. And then the imp flies over and uses its stinger to strike right between both of you. Goes all the way through her hand and all the way through your hand. It hurts.
Ow.
And yeah. It does 10 points of damage to you.
Oh my gosh.
Ow.
Yeah.
It's the wedding ring from hell.
So this is not for level 1 characters, this wedding? Like,
So it really hurts. And he just kind of holds it there with this like sadistic smile on his face. And you feel the stinger like kind of wiggle around while it's stuck through you, like gotta make sure it's nice, bloody. And the blood drips onto this altar, and LaRue just starts swirling her finger in the blood. You can tell that she's making some sort of arcane symbol. It flashes briefly, and she says, "There it is, all done. Very well. Now that blood has been spilled," and Madrigal turns to you and says, "Now."
I say, Adronis, you seem to have very strong opinions of this union. Could you come examine this rune for me and make sure that it is to the appropriate level of rune-ness?
You're so articulate.
Perhaps if you were to step away so I don't smell the pet shop when I come up to I'd be happy to.
I said, you ask him about runes. What does he know about runes? Let me take a look at that.
Okay. Let the monster come.
It's okay. I would much rather him look at this, if you don't mind. I'll fill you in a moment.
Gizik totally missed that this is a trap. It's just, I want to look at the room.
I'm smart.
I
I
mean,
can do it.
Wait, I'm good at this. It's my job, guys.
It's runes, you know.
Yeah.
Boring.
Shall we have a party? Just the closest friends.
Okay, so Madrigal, you see her nodding her head towards Ralzala, and Ralzala holds up her hands like this, and from the that area, like where that dark line is, where it's raised up, it starts swirling with those vortex creatures, those swirling sands, and they just make a wall of wind and rock all the way across here. So that area below is completely inaccessible unless you want to, fly over it or something. And then and you see her just continue to hold her hands up, concentrating. And LaRue stands back and she's like, this is going to be such fun. She lifts
Quick
herself
question.
up onto the altar and just kind of crosses her legs and like she's just ready to watch the show.
Are these like the dust devils that we fought before?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, I want to try and shove him into the wall.
Shove
Wait,
Adronis?
let's say, didn't Adronis approach the altar
I
Adronis,
thought he
Madrigal and
refused.
I, or
No, he didn't.
Adronis. Yeah, I don't know.
He didn't want to get near all the riffraff.
That and he's not stupid. Hey, come look at this Rooney thing and make sure it's okay. Although that worked on Gizik.
Yeah, I want us to like casually walk over and shove him in. Big, strong paladin.
Okay. So you walk over. Everybody else is just kind of like, well, this whole thing must be part of the
It
celebration.
definitely is. This is how
so
we
you
celebrate.
walk over. You can be in front of Adronis if you're in square Q7. Is that where you want to be?
Q7 is where Prisser is, so Q5?
Well, you know what they say. It's not an
excuse me.
Ionian
No,
wedding without at least 3 deaths.
P7?
P6. P6.
Six. Okay, yep.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So I'll move over to P6. And give him a shove.
So you go to put your hands on him.
Well, yeah, that's the thing I can do. I just want to push him into the wall. Can I get him from there?
The wall is like 5 squares away. You're gonna have to grab him.
Oh,
and, like,
really?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
right?
Ask him to dance.
Well, you dance with me. I'll tell you what. I will mind lock instead.
Okay. From a ways away, or do you want to still
Yeah.
be right next?
I'll stay in G7.
Okay.
If I want to mind
All right.
lock.
So while
Oh,
Morocon is
This
trying
sounds
to
like a
like
good idea.
lure him over, you're going to attack.
Yep.
Okay. So your attack
Are
will be
you-
the surprise.
It will be. Thank you. So that is 15 plus 10, 25 against Will. Oh, with a range of 10 squares.
Is this a charm attack?
It's a mind lock, so no.
No. Okay.
Psychic damage, though, you'll take. And
Nothing charming about her mentally hammering you.
That's what it seems like. Okay.
I'm gonna crush you.
You'll try.
Okay.
Okay.
Between her thighs.
Oh, ow. Okay.
20. You said it was
Bill.
25? 25?
Yeah, 25
Okay.
total, please.
Yeah, you hit.
Okay. Now
I
you can
crush
take.
your skull like sparrow's head between thighs.
Wow.
You are now worthless. Have fun. That is 1d8, so a full 8 plus 6, and you're now slowed until the end of my next turn.
All right. So
So take psychic damage.
Okay.
he's distracted by Morocon's bizarre invitation to look at the rune, and he gets a horrible headache, and it is initiative.
Okay.
Well, it's a nice day for a red wedding.
Natural 20.
Ooh.
What a waste.
Wow, good job, Gizik.
So I have a 25 on my
7.
initiative.
I am not rolling well today, guys. So it's an 18 for me.
18 for me as well.
34.
Oh, dang. Someone.
Sorry,
is it
I only know how to count up to 20.
the
The
Sister
character
Fadaver
sheet looks
gets
a little different
13.
with these characters, I have to say.
13, Sister Fadaver.
13, Sister Potiphar. Okay. Lavender.
7.
Oh, 7.
Because I'm a strong gal.
Good thing you were in the surprise round because
Yep.
you're going to be waiting for a while. All right. So the Prissa gets an 11. Her Spriggans get a 29.
Oh, those are the ugly gnomes.
Yes.
Great.
And
Where are
Oh,
those
Matt-
guys?
they're behind. They are in a little row behind
Okay.
behind Avernus and Prissa. Okay.
Okay.
And
Madrigal is in on this plan, isn't she?
who?
Yes.
Madrigal? Oh yes.
Oh,
but
yeah, she
Madrigal
knows.
goes.
Okay.
Madrigal sees that and a Grundy, and they're both like, "Oh no, the guests are fighting!" Like, it is so obvious that they're standing there. What are we going to do? I don't know, sister. I mean, they like, it's just this obnoxious banter back and forth. Although a Grundy is like gritting her teeth. She so wants to tear the throat out of something, but right now she just takes a step back and is watching it. So
Chris is
Madrigal
also
and a
there.
Grundy move back to stand in front of Ralzala and watch horrified as the guests go at it. But it's all
Oh no.
Oh,
Adronis,
darn.
Adronis, you've just been attacked by a paladin of Bahara. What are you gonna do?
Well, I'm going to start my turn by making a saving throw against the effect of her attack.
This is going to be a fun discovery.
That's a natural 20. What a waste, but I'm free of the bonds of whatever. Okay. So he's going to look up, he's going to look down at her. Ah. The one with the wings. She was pleasant to look at, but this one has spirit. I like that. And he's going to attack her with
You will regret those words.
words of enchantment. Oh, she's not.
She's not here at the moment. I'm here to defend her honor.
Okay.
I know her defenses. You can attack her.
It's versus will.
Oh, she's
That
back.
is a 29.
Well, her will is 20, so Lavender just got hit.
29 versus will. Okay, so she is she's dominated until the end of
Hey,
my
Lavender.
next turn. And
I'm
I slide the
dominated?
target. Yeah, I'm gonna slide her 5 squares. 1, 2, 3. Right into
JT, I didn't know you liked me so much.
1, 2, 3, 4. He's gonna slide her right into Gizik. Can I slide her into a square that's occupied?
And
Can't
no,
end there. Nope.
Okay.
now I just
Well
miss
then,
Anduriel.
I'm sliding her over between Gizik and who's AG?
A Grundy has moved
Grundy.
over into
That's
square
the seaweed sister.
03, and she's moved back by Ralzala.
So it's L6 is where I've moved her to.
Lovely. L6. So
Yeah.
So Lavender, the way this works, he is a satyr, and the slide is pretty much that you just did a big old dancing jig your way all the way over there. So Lavender, we see the kinds of moves she has at the wedding, and she starts a dancing, cutting a rug all the way over in between Gizik and Madrigal.
It's just a Barbie bop? Like, that's all she knows how to do?
Well, you are in plate armor, for crying out loud, so I mean...
Yeah, so it's like a loud clanking the entire time as well. It's like not comfortable. There's a weird kind of smile because she's like, do I act this out? Is this all right? Dominate me, fine,
You're
whatever.
Barbie bopping over to Gizik, and Lavender, or Sister Father turns to Aelin and goes, "What is she doing?"
I think she may be under the influence of some fey magic, sister.
Well, unmagic her.
Adronis is going to turn to the nymph and just like notice that she's there. Oh, the wedding seems to be picking up. This could be interesting.
And she did they attack you? She sees like this tiny trickle of blood, and she's horrified that they would dare mar your face.
Oh, gag me.
Okay, that's
Okay.
it.
It is the Spriggans. And so, yeah, she says, "Get him, boys!" And the Spriggans look all too happy to oblige. They pull out sickles from the back of their belt. They've got these nice little sickles, and they are going to rush right over. She looks like she wants to send them at magical, but she won't. But she's going to move them over. They are going to go into squares M4, M5, M6, and L6.
Isn't Madrigal in M4?
Madrigal has moved over into N3 in front of Ralzala. Like so.
Okay.
So these Spriggans surround Lavender and Madrigal. As far as Lavender, they are going to try to hamstring you. And so they start like poking and prodding and going with their sickles, aiming for the back of your knee and your Achilles. So you're going to get 4 hamstring attacks.
Against AC?
AC, yep. So we got an 18, a 19, a 12, and a 28.
Only the 28.
Okay, so 1 hit. Not bad. See, that's why you wear that plate armor.
I'm a tank.
So you take 9 points of damage, and you are knocked prone, and taking ongoing damage 5 from a bleeding wound.
So per every turn, or?
Yep. So at the start of each turn, you'll take that until you save. Okay, now the one that dropped you, that knocked you prone, he uses a minor action to attempt to hunt you. So he gears back with his slightly oversized foot and is going to try and kick you. He gets a 20 versus fortitude.
20 versus fortitude?
Uh-huh.
I have fortitude 20. But can I use my teleconnect screen?
You can't because you're dominated. And
right,
dominated
okay.
means
No brain.
you're dancing from the floor like, whoo, this is so good.
Okay.
So he kicks you. He does an extra 6 points of damage, and he is going to kick you into square J7.
Okay. So that was 6.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. And the Spriggans look just like they're really excited. They were wanting some excitement at this wedding too. The boredom has passed, and now here they go. All right, Gizik, you're up.
All right then. I'm gonna glance over at LaRue, and then I will start to cast. Well, I will use my Arcane Pearl and recover a daily spell, which I can't do very much. It's like once a week. And I will cast Waves of Ecstasy, which is a blast 5 affecting only enemies. So
Waves of Ecstasy at a wedding.
It won't get Adonis or Prissa, will it? Unless I scoot over. Let's see. So,
If you scoot up one, you'll miss one Spriggan and then get both of them.
Yeah, I want to do that. My map's kind of a mess. I tried to keep up, but I'm missing people, so let's see.
So if you want to shift into L5, right where Lavender was.
I will shift into L5. Waves of Ecstasy. Tell me how many rolls you want.
So let's start with the 3 Spriggans. Their will is 18.
Okay. So that's a 20. 31. Not even a D20. What am I doing? 25. And 30.
So you hit the Spriggans.
And when I rolled a D12, that would have missed, but...
Hit, and then you can attack Avernus.
Okay. Ooh, that's a 32.
And Prissa.
26.
26.
Did I just hit everybody?
I think so.
Good job with the nuke there, Gizik.
Except
All right.
Prissa is going
No
to
kidding.
use an interrupt to try to block your magic from hitting Avernus. So
Oh
you
my
need to
gosh.
re-roll your attack on Avernus.
Someone loves her abuser.
Oh, make it a crit, make it a crit, come on.
He's not abusive. He's just
Uh,
doesn't care.
it's ju-
Indifference is its own form of abuse.
I suppose it is.
I only rolled 26. So, that's everybody then?
Yep.
All right.
Everybody but that one Spriggan.
Well, that is 14 damage then. Everybody is prone. And can't stand up, save ends. Alright, so that's minor, standard, and move. I'm done.
Well, I'll say that was get
Good job, Gizik.
get the witch.
I approve.
Okay. Morocon, you're up.
All right. Can you remind me where those sprigs are?
Rye, show us your map if you would, please.
Yeah.
I need to see the sprigs too.
1, 2, 3. Where's the 4th one?
Hi, Gizik.
South of me.
Ah, okay. All right. Well, first things first. All right. I'm going to take a minor and hop into Fighting Fury stance. And then I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to Eagle Claw strike the sprig just the one right in front of me in M4.
Okay. He's prone, so you get a +2 to attack with a melee
Perfect.
attack. Yeah.
That's going to be against Fortitude. It's a 28 versus Fortitude.
That's a hit.
Perfect. Oh, so I drop it on the floor. 2. 16, 17, 18, 19. So it's 29 damage. And that sprig now has a -3 to AC.
Till the end of your next turn, or is it save end?
That ends after my next turn.
Okay. So, how are you hitting him? It's a small creature on the ground.
Oh, well, it's a small creature on the ground. I'm going to see if I can, like, just curb stomp the guy. So-
So your eagle claw strike doesn't have the grace of an eagle. It's more the grace of an elephant.
Correct.
Okay.
But I gotta stomp this guy. This is
Yeah.
ridiculous. These little sprigs gotta go.
All right, Aelin, you're up.
Go,
Alright.
Aelin, go.
And Adronis is still on the other side of the room?
Yes.
And prone.
And prone. This is... Okay. 1, 2, 3, 5. Do I have a different movement with my wings?
Nope, same movement. You just aren't hindered by difficult terrain.
Okay. I'll make my way across the room then, as far as I can go. I don't think I can get all the way to him, but
Looks like you get to any of the O squares.
yes, I'll get to the...
You're the queen of distance. You don't have to get near anybody.
Yeah. I'll get near the rest of my party and leave a bit of distance, and then going to, I guess, whip out the whip, the tail of Malcantha,
Fits the outfit.
just out of almost nowhere.
And LaRue's like, ooh, I like it. I like it.
Style and charm. All right. Can I attack Adronis with the whip?
You are one square. If you are one square
I'm
too
one-
far away. Sorry.
Ah, damn. Okay, that's all right. We can do something else instead then.
Unless you want to run and take a penalty, you could do that.
Prisser and Adronis are next to each other.
Yeah.
That's fine. We'll just... I'll look at the whip, look back at them, and just shrug as I hold up my hand and Hunger of Hadar them.
I think she's going to remember this wedding.
That's a burst, right? Burst 1.
Yes, burst 1 within 10 squares.
And are you centering that on Adronis or on Prism?
Center it on Prisser.
Okay.
So what square are you in now, Aelin?
Sorry, I'm just looking at the map. I've just gone a straight line, so it's 07, I believe.
Okay, perfect.
Is that correct?
Oh, I was wrong. It would be N7. I
N7.
counted. Yeah, I don't know how to count.
Okay. It's okay.
Okay.
I don't either.
We've got a lot on the map. I'm just trying to keep track of everything.
So that won't affect them until they start their turn in it.
Yeah, so just a darkness appears that's full of like writhing, fanged, flying things.
You're going to curse one of them first so that they get warlock damage?
Yes.
Who?
I'll curse Adronis for your crimes of speaking against my party and my friends and the ones who I hold dear. I shall curse the one who you hold most dear, yourself.
If speaking against your party is a crime, I'm going to have quite the criminal act tonight.
Oh, that's okay, because you won't see it. You'll be dead.
he says while writhing on the ground.
I love it.
Yeah.
This is one of the best weddings I've ever been to.
And now
Very
his
sorry about having to use all your blood.
and now his pets, the upright displacer beasts, lunge in from behind him and move to square.
But do they move from the?
They are
where's the
not within the
dark
darkness because they were behind the Spriggans. The Spriggans were behind them, so they're not gonna run through the darkness.
Not yet.
Well, not yet. Yeah, until
Give us a few rounds.
until you move them. So they're going to use Cunning Blitz to. Oh no, and they're going to hit. They're going to make an attack. So they kind of stalk around the darkness, and then they dash forward and are going to try and smack Aelin with a tentacle and come around and smack Gizik with a tentacle. So they will end their turns in square J, 5, and 6. Let's see if their tentacles get off. So they are moving. They move and then shift and do that. So here we go. Couple attacks on Aelin. There's a 13 and a 26 against AC.
Well, I'm pretty sure that the 26 is going to hit. Yeah, but the 13 won't.
Yeah, 13's never going to hit at this level. So that's 13 points of damage. And then Gizik, a 17 and an 18 to hit.
All right, those both miss.
Both missed. Okay, so these tentacles are just flying from behind them, and you throw one off with your staff and dodge the other one. Aelin, unfortunately, you get smacked, like full on, bam, with a spiked tentacle.
How much damage does she take?
13.
13.
I take the damage. Sister Faudever enacts the power of her vigilant greatsword, and she changes squares with Aelin. So swap our squares, and I'll take the damage.
So I'm in.
Isn't Aelin airborne? Isn't Aelin airborne though?
No, she's on the ground.
Oh, okay. Just say if Sister Faudever is airborne and swaps spaces with her.
The flying nun.
Behold.
There we go. So Sister Faudever just yells out, "No!" And she, her sword flashes, and she teleports in the way. And
I'm
she
in G6 now.
Here we go.
And now it's Sister Faudever's turn.
Oh, well, what do you know? And I'm in. What square am I in, Bri?
You're in square N7. Nancy 7.
Nancy 7. Okay, that's what I thought. That's actually perfect. Boom. Okay. I really don't like the two of them, and I feel like it's time for me to let them know just what I think of them. I guess I should go for the Spriggans, but I'm going for Adro and Priscilla. I'm going to use my new power, Shout of Condemnation, which sounds like right up her alley. So Sister Faudever, like, she just makes that Marge Simpson sound, the like, and then she grows like to a larger size and starts wagging her finger and shouting at everybody, but her voice like echoes like thunder, and she screams out, "All of you all are sinners, and what's happening here is a direct result of the horrible sins that you've all committed, not the least of which is how immodestly you're all dressed." And her voice echoes like thunder, and even though her words are rather puerile, every time she speaks, thunder and lightning crackle. I need Adronis and Priscilla's fortitude. Or will. Excuse me, I need their will. Yeah.
Pris's will is 23.
Okay.
Same with the Dronis.
Oh, what's that? That looks like a 20.
Oh.
But I still hit her.
You did.
You big time hit her.
Dang it. Okay, and Avernus, I got a 23, which is exactly what I needed, right?
Yep.
Okay, so Avernus, you and Priscilla are both going to take you're going to take 11 points of thunder damage and ongoing thunder damage 5, and you are both subject to my divine sanction save ends. So you're still both crackling with thunder as she screams at you. And I can't think of a worse thing than ongoing damage from Sister Faudever's lectures.
Yeah,
So
Prissa reaches out an arm to Avernus, like, shut her up. Shut her up.
30 years later, you still remember those lectures and they still haunt you.
And I will use also lay on hands to heal myself.
All right. Well, it is Prissa's turn. She will start her turn by taking thunder damage, so that you hear this from the darkness, and then she's also going to take the Hunger of Hadar.
Yes.
Oh, that's a shame.
Oh, little Prissa. So it's a verse fortitude.
Her fortitude is 19.
What's mine? Is it against my fortitude or no? It's against my will.
You attack against her
Okay.
fortitude. So your attack versus 19.
I thought she took it automatically.
Yeah, she's in the cloud. Doesn't she just take it?
Yes.
Oh yeah, creatures that
Yeah.
start their turn take 2d10 necrotic.
Yeah, I'm misreading.
Yeah,
Okay.
you just get to roll your nasty damage on both of them, and then pick when you want to take your warlock damage.
Avernus is the one she cursed.
Yes.
Yeah.
So 6 plus 8 plus 8.
Ouch.
14 plus 8, 22.
Necrotic.
Nice.
And 5 thunder.
And 5 thunder, yeah. Okay. You hear a shrill, ugly, like if Minnie Mouse were being ripped apart, that's the sound. You just screaming, crying as she's getting torn apart. And she is prone save ends from the ecstasy. So amid the agony, there's these. Some of the moans aren't so much agony.
There's still agony.
There's still agony. She is going to crawl out of the darkness into square 1, 2, 3. So she's going to crawl into square M10. She is still prone, but she is out of the Hunger of Hadar. And then she just really is not happy with this ugly situation. She sees Sister Faudever standing right there and is going to use seductive words. So she starts saying, "You know where you can stick your self-right," and it gets like goes downhill from there.
Oh dear.
Against Will, I rolled a 17, so
Yeah.
that's gonna be. Yeah.
Is that a hit or no?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
it's a hit.
it's a hit. Yeah.
So you get to make a pick. You get to pick which effect you want to happen to you, though. You can choose to be dominated by her until the end of her next turn.
Except can I
Or
react?
you're going to react. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, get her, Aelin, get her.
Since I see that the good sister helped me, I shall help her.
Oh, thank you.
Can I use Dark Mother Morgra's Evil Eye?
Yeah. Make her re-roll the attack?
Yes.
Yeah.
She has to take the lower result.
Ha. Ha. It's 20.
It's an 18.
But you have to take the lower result.
So that's 17. You okay. So you can choose to either be dominated by her till the end of her next turn, or take a buttload of psychic damage and be knocked prone.
I'll take the psychic damage. Sister Fodavere would never surrender her will to someone who would force her to do something immodest.
Yeah. Okay. So you take. Oh, Matt. You take 30 points of psychic damage and you are knocked prone.
Ow.
I rolled 2 10s.
Yeah, I'm sure this has nothing to do with the TPK last week at all. It's all the dice are so random.
They are so random.
Yeah. And it just happens to be the only kind of damage I don't have resistance to. I feel so bad for Lachlan next week. Okay.
All right. So she says that, and you're just so horrified at the it's like you just got off a phone sex call and you fall to your knees and you're like, no. Like you can't unhear what you've just heard from those seductive words.
Oh no. Wow.
You're gonna be saying some prayers later.
Okay.
And then she is going to make some saving throws. So we'll start against the Gizik's prone. 17, so that one is gone. She can stand up on her next turn. The Thunder, she rolled a 1, so she is still being blasted by Sister Fadavere's tirade. She did save against the mark, though, so not that she wants to go for anybody else, but
no, it's one save versus both. So that first failure counts for both.
For both, okay. And I think that's all she has on her, right?
Yeah.
Nobody else jacked her. Okay, that would be Pris's turn. All right, Lavender, you have a bleeding leg, so you take 5 points of damage to start your turn.
That's okay. It doesn't hurt. I'm fine.
And you are on the ground.
And dominated.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
you're
what
dominated
fun.
by Avernus.
I'm into it. This is great. I'm loving it.
I'm into it.
JT, I always knew you wanted that.
Yeah, that's great. Oh my gosh.
We're
We're going to put the NC-17 label on this episode. My gosh.
Dominated with my hamstring cut. Doesn't get much better.
Those hamstrings. Stop it. I rolled a 16. What do I roll to get out of being dominated?
The dominated just ends.
Oh, it just
At
ends.
the end of my next
can
turn.
I get up
Yeah.
with a 16?
You're not done being dominated till the end of my next turn.
Oh, so I can't do anything?
Well, yeah, you can do what JT's dude wants you to do. That's your turn. Like what?
Oh, okay. JT, what do you want me to do? Tell me.
Well, you already got
No, I
your...
need you to tell me slowly.
So,
Yeah?
we're gonna have you. What can I have?
Basic attacks and at-will powers.
All right, you're gonna basically attack whoever's closest to you.
Who's closest to me?
happens.
Oh, the...
A
Oh
sprig
no,
is right
not
next
the
to her.
little sprig creature.
Well,
I guess I will. I rolled a
an
16
Aelin.
to attack.
There's an Aelin and
No.
a Sister Fadavere.
You said whoever's
gonna
closest, and he
Sister
didn't say it
Fadavere.
slowly, so I'm dumb. I'm
Sister
so
Fadavere.
stupid.
You just rolled a 16 on Sister Fodavere.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, you hit me with your
For simple attack, yeah.
yeah.
Okay, hang on. Let me look at my damage. Are you ready to take some damage?
Aren't
I
I
hope so.
always?
So Lavender, we're gonna move
elves
Lavender
attacking
over
nuns.
to square M7.
Correct.
Okay.
So she crawls over and
You'll take an 8 plus 7
Lovely.
damage.
you just got pounded like whack-a-mole in the face on Sister Fadavere. But
You're
you did.
welcome.
But you do get to save against the ongoing bleeding.
Oh
That's
yeah,
good.
cool. I'll roll for that. I'm not a fan of bleeding out. That's an 18 plus
Okay.
something.
No bleeding there.
Okay, I'm done bleeding now. That was fun.
Alrighty. Well, as exciting as this is, it's 10:30 and we are back to the top of initiative. So we will end this bloody wedding here for the night. And unless anybody wants to have any final words about this wedding. Any last minute toast?
Ow.
Ow.
Yeah.
It's a bit
Wedding
late
is
for
fully
I came here to have a good time, and I honestly feel really attacked right now.
Adranus is just still laughing. He's in the cloud
It's
laughing.
almost like I started this.
to the union of blood.
There we go.
Well, let's just say Ralzala, she ain't gonna have any trouble breaking that pact.
No.
She's just gonna come across with like a sponge and just take care of business. So
I mean, I guess
we
that
like
doesn't
to
my
end our
favorite episode.
Wow.
This has
We
been
like
my
to-
favorite episode so far.
we like to end with a message of we call consider this, and we really need to end with on a positive note. So yesterday, my family and I, we were doing our own little Sunday worship at home, and I was in a kind of a foul mood because Saturday morning my son called me. I had run to the store with my wife and said, "Dad, there's water in the basement again." And so I have had just this run of bad luck. Had my year-old dishwasher break. My and the warranty, of course, didn't cover that. My year-old air conditioner break, and the warranty covered part of that. And then a spring on my garage door break that turned into it was. My dad said, "Oh, we can do that in 15 minutes." 3 hours later, and some colorful language from my father, we managed to get it working, and then to have water once again in our basement. That's after installing 2 sump pumps last year. So it's just kind of been one of those weeks where I thought, could I just get a break? And but then I started thinking, and as grumpy as I was, so my wife, being the much more spiritual person and positive, she said, "Let's sing Count Your Many Blessings." So we sang Count Your Many Blessings. When upon life's billows you are tempest tossed, when you are discouraged, thinking all is lost, count your many blessings, name them one by one, and it will surprise you what the Lord has done. And I started thinking, I'm looking around at my 6 bright and healthy children they're healthy, they're happy, and there are people all over who are getting beat up with COVID and other things. And I thought, no, I would rather have these 6 kids in a house that I can't keep water out of and broken appliances. And so I really did need that reminder. And it was amazing how quickly my sour attitude was made better. It comes and goes. I still, got a little bit of sourness today when I started chipping up pile, but but I think it's important that there's I don't enjoy it because I'm a sadist, but I do enjoy hearing about the struggles of others, in part because it helps put in perspective my own struggles. And I think, frankly, I have a lot to be grateful for. And so my consider this is count your many blessings, because it will surprise you. Anybody have thoughts?
I think sometimes it can help people a lot when you talk about your struggles too. It kind of normalizes things. There are all kinds of diagnoses and stuff that were just unheard of years ago because nobody ever talked about them. And it really helps people, I think, to be able to relate to others and open up and actually talk about those things. So, I mean, talk about the good things too, but it helps to just kind of be real with people.
I think there's a reality in both of what we're talking about. Like there's real bad stuff and there's real good stuff. And sometimes there's not an immediate answer to some of the rough patches you're going through. So it's helpful to, as Ryan said, just sort of see some of the good to help you get through, help you get through.
Right. And that always helps a lot too, like looking at the silver lining kind of thing. That helps too.
Yep.
Right.
I showed my kids, you guys have seen that video, I'm sure, on empathy. It's hilarious. If you have not seen the video on empathy, it's probably the first video, if you search on YouTube, that comes up. And there's a fox in a hole, and she's got this dark cloud of depression hanging over her, and it's raining, and I think it's an elephant who climbs into the hole with her. I don't know, but it's fantastic, and it talks about how you show empathy, and one of the ways that you show empathy is by having that conversation with someone, and then it gives some really good descriptions of how you can show empathy. And then there's a deer that leans their head into the hole and goes no and doesn't want to climb into the hole and be empathetic, and she goes, you want a sandwich? and it's hilarious because the point is that the deer character in the cartoon doesn't know how to show empathy, because they're only willing to go so far, I guess, in listening or in commiserating, and they want to silver lining it to an extent. But I think when other people are in that situation, I think being a good listener, I think it's a very male thing to want to fix problems. I think we often come to conversations, and when we get married, I think we unlearn that that not every conversation about that has to be here's how I'm going to solve the problem. I think it's sometimes just good to listen. So that's good.
Thank you. Well, thanks for joining us, everybody, and have a great week. We'll see you in 2 weeks to see how the bloody wedding ends, and join us in a week from today for our Sword Hunters group. See you later.
Bye, guys.
Good luck, Lachlan.
Good night.
See you guys.